There. I am going to be trying to pick away at this giant stack of mulch. Believe it or not, this is less than we got last year. I am not going to be mulching the gully for the most part. I usually just mulch the gully maybe like every other year or two. And we did it last year, and the plants have been growing ridiculously large, so they're pretty much covering all the open ground space. I might go in there if I have a little extra mulch and pick away at it, but I thought this would be fun to try to pick away at it before Nate gets home from work, because he went to work. He just left. My friend Tate picked him up, and they're going to go work together for the power washing business. And I thought, oh, how cool would it be if I at least got like half of one of these stacks done by the time he got back. He'd probably be so excited. So anyway, we're gonna do as much as we can. I don't know how much I'll film because we're just laying mulch. Might just put it on time lapse and you can watch me do it really fast. Anyway, let's not waste any more time. Let's get to going. Okay, I have these, I think it's the Heucherella catching fire in here, and they just keep getting smaller and smaller. They do not like this spot. I love the color in here, but eventually they're just gonna disappear. So I'm gonna dig them up and put them in this pot and see if I can get them to survive in the pot, and then I'll start laying mulch on this section. Okay, I got those dug up, so that looks pretty in there. I'm not gonna leave it there. I'll move it somewhere else. But I was just thinking, as I set it in that spot, it's always been like a little open spot there. Usually I'll put a little patch of annuals in there, but this year I think I want to fill it with perennials. So you can see I've got these, oh my gosh, is it cinnamon stick? You guys, I gotta brush up on my plants, but I've got 3 of them in here. This red one, and then this one used to be big and beautiful, but this hydrangea just keeps creeping in on it, which I want to come in and cut some of this hydrangea off anyway for my friend Tate. But I thought, let's just let the hydrangea take over this area. Let's dig this heuchera up, or I think it's a heucherella, and put it in that spot right there. So I'm going to do that first, and then we'll lay them out. It used to be a lot bigger when it had more sunshine. The heuchera in my yard does much better with more sun. We don't, I live in Michigan, zone kind of 4-5, and our sun just is not as harsh as other areas, so it really enjoys a good sunshine. So we'll get it over there, and hopefully it will do better, and you'll be able to see it a little bit better. We'll get it cleaned up. I just ran into another sidetrack. Is that what you call it? Anyway, fork in the road. I don't know. Anyway, I work for a perennial company that grows perennials for Meijer grocery store garden centers here in Michigan and like 6 other states: Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Kentucky, Ohio. Anyway, I went to our business, our greenhouse, yesterday because I got an email that there were free plants on the wagon, free trial plants, and so I was like, oh my word, I was in the area, so I swung by and I got a bunch of free plants. One of the free plants that was on there was this new ajuga, and so I grabbed 3 of them, and I don't know anything about it. Let me see, I think there's a tag here. Okay, so now these are all, Okay, so these are all trial plants. So our company, they trial plants the previous year, and then they see how good they do and see how they perform, and if they want to grow it for next season. So this one is called Ajuga Best Buddies Caramel. And what does that say? Trial plant. It was planted on 4/24 at the greenhouse. So I took that, even that tiny bit of catching fire heucherella that was in there that I just took out, instantly I missed that color in there, like instantly. And so I thought, just for now, for this season, I can plant these ajuga because these will spread. I probably don't want to keep them in there. They don't spread too quickly, so who knows, maybe I will keep them in there. But I thought just for now, to get that color back in there, I could plant these free. I got these for free. Caramel, Best Buddies caramel ajuga in there. So I'm gonna first plant these in there, and then I will go start laying the mulch. I also thought orange would be cool in here. The caramel heuchera does really good for me in my yard, and they actually had some orange heuchera on that cart, but I didn't get any because I have a ton of it already. It was a different variety. It wasn't the caramel, but if it's still there, maybe I should go back and get it, because I thought orange might be really cool in this garden as well. But for now, I'm just going to plant these in here. I kind of want to plant it in 4 different spots, and I only have 3 plants, so I'll probably just split the biggest one into 2. So let's get that planted, and then maybe we'll start mulching.
If the wife and I are fussing, brother, that's alright, 'cause me and that sweet woman's got a license to fight. Why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine. Oh, the woman on the party line's the nosiest thing. She picks up her receiver when she knows it's all rang. Why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. Well, if you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine. I got a little girl that wears her hair up high. The boys all whistle when she walks by. Why don't you mind your own business?
I gotta turn my music off. Now, I just ran into something else that there you go. I've been trying to, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Isn't this crazy? Like, this didn't look bad. Like, if you looked at it before, you'd be like, oh, that doesn't need mulch. But look at the difference. And I'm laying it on pretty light. Normally we go pretty heavy because when Nate's helping me, I feel like we use a lot more, because he comes around and he just like kind of dumps the bags certain places, and I end up having too much in certain spots, and so this is nice. I'm kind of just like slowly taking my time and not using as much, because there are some spots in the gully that I do want to try to get a little bit of mulch on. So if I have some extra, then that would be awesome. Anyway, that's not why I stopped. I want to show you this. Well, this winter I had perennials not return for the first time ever, okay? And these grasses, these are fountain grasses. They've been in here for years and years, basically since I'll throw a picture in here from when we first built our house. I threw these fountain grasses in there. This one's looking a little better than the other one, but still there's death in the center of it. And so I've been hoping that they would kind of flush out a little bit more when we got more sun and heat, but I don't see any signs of life in there at all, except for this little chunk. So I'm going to dig both of them up, and then I was thinking I could just save the chunks around it that are nice and plant those, so they'll be small. But I don't know, I might just dig them up and not put anything there for now. I really love those grasses in there. I want to get more fountain grass, but for now I'm just going to dig them up, get the mulch down, and then we'll see if we can salvage some of the living bits. If not, I'll probably just buy more grasses.
Oh, whistle when she walks by. Why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. Well, if you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine.
my goodness. If you guys have ever dug out of grass before, you know. They are beasts. I'm out of breath. Okay, so I did, this one kind of naturally fell off. And so did that one. I don't know. It's just, I could keep it, but honestly, oh my word, I'm so out of breath. It was pretty gross. So I think I'm just gonna chuck it and get new ones. But that actually looks a lot better. I'm gonna really miss those grasses in there. They were beautiful all throughout the summer and the fall and the winter too. So I will definitely replace them. I did get the drip tubing because it's just a tiny plant when I planted it. So it grew, this was in the root ball anyway. So I hacked it there and I hacked it there. So I will need to fix that. And then I believe I hacked this one at least at one spot. Where is it? Right here. And I may have hacked it on this spot too, but I will need to fix this. And honestly, gosh, you guys, I should probably fix it before I lay the mulch, because I'll have to go up to the hardware store and get a couple little splicer things. I have more tubing. I think I ran out of the splicers because I fixed one down the hill there when I was digging up a hydrangea for my friend Tate. I just used my last splicer to fix that one. So I might have to run up to the hardware store real quick and get a couple of those, but I'm going to check and see what I have. I do have one. I have one left, and I already have all this drip tubing, but so anyway, I'm going to need more than one. I'll need at least 3, and I'm probably just going to go up and get more than that just in case it happens again. I usually cut through one once every other year or so. You probably have already heard me talk about this before, but when we built our house, we were putting in our lawn, and we had Nate really wanted underground sprinkling in the lawn, and so there's just sprinklers all throughout the grass, and they come on every night and sprinkle. And they were scheduled to come, I don't know, sometime, and because of, I don't know what was going on that year, but they just kept pushing us back and back and back to get scheduled to come do our sprinkling, and they had to reschedule on us, I think like 3 or 4 times. And we didn't care. I mean, we had just put our lawn in, we had other things going on, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but they felt really bad about it. And so when they finally did come, this company, they said, we're going to upgrade your lawn system. So we just got kind of a like middle of the road kind of system. That's what we bought because it's expensive. They said, we're going to upgrade you to the best system that we have, and we also want to put, they had noticed that I had been putting gardens all around the house, and they're like, and we'd love to put drip tubing in your gardens around the house for free. And I was like, okay, thanks. So anyway, all this drip tubing around the house was done for free, and so it's been in here for years and years since I put these gardens in, really. And so the plants are really, really small, and anyway, I don't know, I didn't put it in myself, so I can't remember where it was. Anyway, long story short, I'm very thankful that we got it for free, but I do stick my shovel in it every once in a while and have to replace it. So I'm gonna go up and get, guys, I know nothing about drip tubing. I don't know anything about like the sizes or whatever. I just have a tube, and then I go get these when I need them. It's really that simple. So it says 60 on that side and 17 on that side. I have no idea what that means, but we're gonna go get some more of these and splice this two, and we're gonna go get more of these and splice the 2 ends together. So let's head up to the hardware store. To the hardware store, and I got a couple new, whatever these are, sprayers. And then I got more of these. This is all they had. I got a bunch, I think I got 8 of them. So, but now we're gonna go into Cherry Valley Greenhouse and look for some grasses, because this is on the way home from the hardware store. So I thought I might as well stop and get some. All right, so I could get Piglet. That way it would match my other 2 I have. Ginger Love. This one might be beautiful. It's got the purple stems on it. burgundy bunny. This one is a little bit smaller. How big does that get? 24 to 36. So Hamelin, this is the one I have. 24. Every time I see these, I love them. So I think I'm gonna get this one, the Ginger Love. It's the same size, and it has purple plumes on it. And I also got these sunglasses for $3.99. They were an impulse buy at the register. So I was leaving, and one of the workers said, "Oh, I just love your nephew Zeke." And I said, "Oh, is he working today?" Because he works here at the greenhouse. And she's like, "Yeah, he's out by the front flower bed pulling weeds." So I gotta show you Zeke. Isn't he cute? Look at him. I'm gonna go give him a big hug. All right, back to the crime scene. Let's get this cut up and put back together and get my grasses planted. I don't really want to have this happen again because that grass is gonna get 24 to 36 inches, like it said on the tag. And I want it to get that big, but I don't, like you can see this goes right kind of in the middle of the hole there. And I don't want that to happen again where it's growing like underneath or through the root ball like it was. So I'm not going to add any to this drip tubing. I was going to add it and make it bigger. I'm just going to cut where I cut it. Okay, and then I'm going to make it smaller so it just goes on the side of the root ball. So I'm going to cut both these spots where I made it, or where I stabbed it, and right there is one of the emitters, so I'll have to cut a little bit more, I think. What is that? Oh yeah. Oh no, I just have to make a clean cut. Okay, so we're good. Is that an emitter? Okay, and then I'll just put these two together. That way it will grow. It might even still grow into the root ball, but instead of growing like right through it, it'll be on the side of it. So let's get one of these out. Hopefully I can push this through myself. Usually I have to have Nate do it. He's much stronger than me. Shoot. I'm gonna get my glove on, that might help.
If I want a honky tonk till 2 or 3, now brother, that's my headache, don't you worry about me. Just mind your own business. Mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, then you won't be minding mine. Minding other people's business seems to be how I don't got all that I can do just to mind my own. Why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. 'Cause if you mind your business, you'll take busy.
I'm just gonna hack the bottom of this off. These grasses are very resilient. And it wasn't root bound, but it was bound a little bit, so I'll kind of open it up a little bit. There we go. And this one I cut right here. I don't think I cut it in any other spot, but let's just make sure. Now, I kind of want to do the same thing where I don't necessarily want this to grow. This one actually wasn't as bad. This one kind of just went around it. So let's see, maybe I can. Oh, I can't put it in right there though because there's an emitter right there, so I got to cut some of it off. There we go. So, I actually might add more to this one and make it go around it. Yeah, let's do that. Because there's a little hosta in that corner that I actually might take out anyway, but let's see. We'll cut off the I gotta do 2 of these. Take some muscle. I just pretend like somebody's gonna die if I don't get it in there. Oh yeah, that worked. Okay, let's add this section. Okay. Whew, that was intense. Now, I'm gonna have to bury it under these rocks. So let me do that. Alright, we're gonna do one more thing before we finish. Well, I should say we're gonna add another thing before we move on to the mulch. I'm just kind of like doing things that I have been wanting to do. I don't want to get the mulch in if I'm gonna later go and fix something. But anyway, this little hosta has been planted up here 8-9 years since we built our house, and it has not grown hardly at all. And I always want to move it, but I just never do. And so my brother Karsten and my sister-in-law Barrette, they gave me this beautiful crock the other day, and he said you can have it for free, and I was like, I'll take it. You guys know there is a hole in the bottom, so it looks, there's a hole in the bottom, but I thought, well, we could use that as like drainage, I guess, and we could put some plants in it. So I thought that spot would be a perfect spot for that crock with a beautiful planter in it. And I thought maybe we could head up to my sister's garden center and get some plants for it, or we could go around and shop my yard for some plants. We'll see. It'd be ideal if I could just plop a plant in the top of it. So I'm going to try to plop that in the top of it, and then maybe I'll get something else for it right here. So let's get the hosta dug up, get the crock in the spot, and we'll try to drop that planter in there. Find a nice spot for him. And then, I also should move this bird statue I got from my Texas friend. She called down at the Cherry Valley Gardens and she bought this for me. So I'll find another spot for this. That would be fun. Looks like he might have like taped up the hole. We'll throw that away. Oh my gosh, I love it! Looks so good. Okay. Let's see if this planter just fits in there by chance. Oh my word. Oh my goodness. It does. Oh, look at that. Wowie. Oh my gosh. Wowie. That is beautiful. Oh my goodness. I love that. Holy cow. And the only thing I don't like about it is that you can see this terracotta, but these plants, as they continue to grow, will cover that up. Oh my goodness, that looks so good in there. Wow. That's what it needed. Okay, let's see. I do have this John Deere planter, and then this dahlia that I was gonna give to my worker, and I just never had a chance to do it. So I'll probably, I still have to get her something. Anyway, I could put just that there for now, and then put my dahlia back over here. I don't know, or I'm gonna move it. But let's find a spot. Put that there. This needs cleaned up really bad. Or should we go up to my sister's garden center and get something for there? Let me look. Alright, I do have this little heuchera that we just dug up. Let's see if this looks good somewhere. Don't mind that. Alright, it was bound to happen. We're going to add one more thing onto the list before we finish mulching. And a couple of years ago, I noticed that this little lime hydrangea here had thrown out what I thought was a tiny little baby plant. And I was like, well, we'll just let it grow and see if it becomes a plant. And sure enough, look, it's like its own little plant right there. So I'm gonna dig that up and put it somewhere else that I think it might look really pretty. So let's do that before we carry on with the mulch. I'd love to put a little lime out in the lollipop lane somewhere, or possibly, I don't know, maybe next to that lilac bush that I planted the other day. love that planter right there so much. But I feel like I need another one or something like it right there. I think I am gonna head to my sister's house and see what she has left and maybe I'll plant out my own planter, but I think I want to get something for right there, and that will be the last thing we do, and then we wrapped up this front bed. Hi, Coco. Hi, kitty. Yeah. You're beautiful, kitty. You're so beautiful. Yeah. You're so beautiful. We love you. We love you, Kiki. Yeah, you're a good girl. Yeah, you're my sweet little girl. Yeah, you're so cute. You're just snoozing? Yeah. You're beautiful, Kiki. Yeah, you are. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. That's so nice for you. Yeah, you're just... Oh, you're gonna get me? Oh, you're gonna get me? Yeah, you're gonna get me. Get me, yeah. Good job, Kiki. Good job. Get him. Get him, girl. Get him. Get him. Well, she's pretty picked over. I don't really see any planters left. She's got lots of perennials and then vegetables left, herbs, and some, oh look, geraniums, begonias, impatiens, just, you know, some annuals left, but sunflowers. So I think what I'll do is I'll make my own planter, and we'll get a impatient, and maybe I'll dig up some lysimachia from my yard, and then that could be it. Let's see. I could put a geranium. Does she have geraniums left? Oh yeah. Look at all these succulents. Aren't they cute? She's talking to the customer. Oh, let's see here. I could put one of these in. I gotta think about it. Oh, I've got that white planter up there. Okay, I put the white one there with the plants kind of popping out of it. And it is pretty, and it kind of matches that. I decided I'm gonna go with the white pot. I think it kind of looks good with the crock, because I wanted to get kind of the same type thing. So this will sort of match it without matching it completely. But let's see, I gotta get some more soil in here. Hopefully I have enough. Need some more. We have to go and get some more soil. That's so pretty, that Hakanakawa. Okay, I could go get more soil, or I could go over to my little stash and see what other plants I have. I don't think, well, let me look. Oh, you know what I could put in here is that hosta we dug out. Let's go grab that. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. All right, let's put this over here. This is that hosta we dug out of the corner where the truck went. help fill some of that pot up. Perfect. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's so pretty. And then, yeah, these pots I got for, I don't know if you can see that, $4 at the end of the season, 1 year. And I thought, geez, there was annuals in them. And I thought, well, geez, you can't beat that. I'll buy it for just the pot, $4. It's a nice heavy duty pot. I gotta clean it up. We'll get the hose over here and get it sprayed down. But, okay, let's do it. The other thing I got when I was at my sister's house was these macrames, and these are a lot lighter than the other plants I was trying to hang from my hey Nate, does this look weird? It feels like it's too close. No? Oh. The camera feels so close. But I got these macrames. I'm going to hang these from my shepherd's hooks. The other day I tried to hang some regular size hanging baskets from my shepherd's hooks with ground soil, and I could barely carry them. They were so heavy. I don't know how I thought they were going to go on the shepherd's hook, but I was trying to work with what I had. So anyway, these are much lighter. We'll get them some water, and then we'll go put them down in the gully in Raccoon Alley and hang them. So let's go. Really hoping these work. If not, I'll find a spot to plop them in the ground. But
You're talking to me?
no, I'm talking to my friends on YouTube. It there, but I feel like this spot needs some height, so I'm gonna move it. I just want to see. That's much better. Oh, that's so pretty. Wow. I love that. That looks really cute. Wow, that's beautiful. It's all done, and I love how everything turned out. It was so nice to actually just take my time in this flower bed and do some things that I've been wanting to do that haven't been the most important. I'm I'll get to it. And that's my theme for this year, is actually doing things that I've been saying for years to that I want to do. Like, oh, I really should move that heuchera, but it's fine. It's fine where it is. I'll just plop some annuals in that spot. No big deal. Well, it's time to move it. And then, you know, those catching fire heucheras. I got those catching fire heucheras, I think, for like $3 a piece at Countryside Greenhouse, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And they've just continued to shrink every time because they hated it here. And so we'll try something else in here. If I don't like these, if they spread a little bit too much, which that's the only thing I'm concerned about, is if they spread too much, then I'll move them ASAP. But yeah, we got that sorted out. And then those grasses, like I had to remove those grasses this year. They were dead. I gave them more than enough time. I had been wanting to plant up that planter that my brother gave me, my sister-in-law. Got this beautiful planter, and it's just, yeah, I got a lot of things done that I've been wanting to get done. So I'll turn you around and we'll show you. It's actually later in the day. I had to get going to church practice, but I'm going to turn you around and show you what we came up with. Really nice. I have to let these daffodils kind of brown up a little bit more before I cut them back. I'm excited because my blue salvia is actually doing really good here. I think I planted this last year right here. But so we'll try to do this without getting wet from the sprinklers, but it looks a lot nicer with the mulch laid. Here is my planter. I love it so much. It's so bright and cheery and colorful, and we were able to actually repurpose this hosta. This is the best this hosta has ever looked in this planter with that. So it's pretty awesome. And then we got this heucherella here, the catching fire. So hopefully that will kind of pop back and do better in a container. The grasses, of course, we got them planted and watered in the ground. Got our little John Deere planter here. This is a begonia from my sister. And I love this so much. It just, like, you can see it from the road too. It's like it just shines in that spot. It's like it was meant for that spot. So pretty. And then this little section is beautiful. And I love this because this tree this spring had 3 different birds' nests in it. There was a robin, a dove, and I think it was a sparrow, maybe, that laid eggs in here in a nest. One was right there. You can kind of still see the remnants of it. And then one is always right in here. It's kind of gone. And then there was one, I don't know how they got in there, but oh, you can kind of see it. It's right there. So there's 3 of them in there. So I thought it pretty fitting to put my 3 little birds right here under the tree with my pansies. We'll see how long these pansies last. It has been getting a lot hotter. And my roses are starting to bloom, so that's beautiful. But yeah, this just looks so much better. That ajuga looks pretty good in there. Isn't it awesome? And they're super sturdy on there. Super sturdy. They're light. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I really, truly appreciate it. I know I say that every time. I feel like I always say, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. But like, I really do. I'm not just saying that. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. Every single one of you. Even if you just click through fast and don't watch everything, don't stay to the end, like, just the fact that you poked on the movie and decided to stay for like 5 seconds is pretty cool. So thank you. I was gonna tell you guys, if ever one of my movies gets too long, you can do like my brother Johnny does, and he goes up in like the little settings thing. It's like almost like a gear looking thing, and if you poke the settings, you can go down to the different playback speed, and you can speed it up to like 1.5 times or double time, or I think you can do like double and a half or something like that, and so it makes the movie go faster. And he says he likes watching it. He thinks it's funny because it makes me sound like a chipmunk. So if you're ever like, I don't have time to watch this 40-minute movie, well, maybe go to the settings and put the playback speed at double time and you can watch it in 20 minutes. So, but anyway, hope that you have a wonderful day and you're enjoying the moments out in your garden. And even though I didn't get as much mulching as I wanted to get done, I think I only did 14 bags. Still got a lot over there in the stack, but it's a start. So anyway, little by little, we'll get it together. I'll see you later. Bye.